Hello, class. My name is Dr. Chip Carroll. I welcome you to the Sports Business Management class. I look forward to learning from you as much as you learning from me. To give you a little idea about me and my background, I started off working in the medical field as an athletic trainer at a university. Spent a year or so doing that, transferred back to my hometown, and began working in the hospital systems, first in a pediatric hospital, and secondly in the emergency room for about 3 years. I then entered physical therapy assistant school and moved to Florida and ended up as a physical therapist several years later. I've since earned a Master's of Healthcare Administration degree, a Doctorate of Physical Therapy degree, and I am currently working on an educational doctorate in healthcare leadership and education. So I have had experiences in the sports medicine orthopedic background. I worked with the Miami Dolphins when I went to physical therapy school. I worked with NASCAR teams, working on training pit crews. Worked with many major athletes, Major League Baseball players, pitchers, umpires, and also worked in a lot with college teams, some tennis professionals. So I have a wide variety of experience, and I hope that will help motivate you guys to get out there and do something fun like I did. I had a great time. I continue to work in the clinic if needed. So I've also had the opportunity to manage large orthopedic sports medicine programs. I ran a huge facility in Alabama, working with Dr. Lee Mack and Andrews patients in Northeast Alabama. Worked with a lot of sports teams, had a lot of athletic trainers, exercise physiologists working for me. I also have worked in the Carolinas with the NASCAR teams. I've worked in Florida, Georgia. I've been around a little bit. So in each part of that portion of my career, I was able to learn a little something new. I then moved to Florida, got involved in geriatric medicine, home health, recently in the long-term acute care hospitals as director of rehab down in Naples. So I've covered all aspects of healthcare. And my main goal was to get back into education. So I want to go over today several of the things that we want to talk about. And we'll start with the syllabus. The syllabus has everything outlined that you need to know. My contact information is there. My cell phone is there. Feel free to call, text, but do it within the hours that I gave you because I'm still working on my schooling. I have until December to complete my EDD. So please respect that. If it's an emergency, then please contact me whenever you need to. I also have an email address. If you try to look me up under Chip Carroll, you won't get me, but I'll be there under Christopher Carroll. So my email is ccarroll@kaiseruniversity.edu. Now, classes will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays beginning at 8 a.m. Please make your schedule so that you can attend. It's very important, even though that we're working online right now. We're going to go over things at that point. I'm going to record anything that we do, but I could mess up or the system could mess up and you not get the material. All the PowerPoints are listed by week. You got a lot to read, a lot to get ahead of, so please start early. You have the first week, there's 6 chapters to cover, so please don't get behind. So on week 1, we'll meet it the rest of the weeks 2, 3, and 4. On Tuesdays, we'll have a quiz. starting at 8 to 8:24, and at 8:30 we'll start our live sessions. The live sessions could last 30 minutes. They could last 4 hours. Really depends on what we need to cover. So jump in, learn, ask questions. This is an interactive opportunity for you. Pick my brain, even though it's going to be slim pickings, but I'm not the expert at anything. I just have a lot of experience to fall back on. So I hope you can learn from the knowledge I've gained over the years. So the class content will start with administrative theories and philosophies. We'll start talking about financial management, which doesn't seem like fun, but if you have financial management, you can actually see where quality issues are occurring within the organization just by looking at specific numbers. We'll look at procedures, how organizations operate, what you can do to affect them, to make them better, hopefully not make them worse. But if you do make them worse, understanding how to correct that. We'll look at facility management. What type of equipment do you have? How do we maintain that equipment? What safety issues do we need to worry about? What about OSHA and all the things that are government controls that we have on us? How do we manage that and stay on top of that? We'll talk about HR issues, human resources, PR, public relations. Maybe you'll be training a superstar and something happened to them and they come to your fitness gym and say, well, tell me what's going on with so-and-so. You got to know the rules and regs and the laws behind that. We'll talk about fitness, recreation, athletic training, sports management, maybe even a little bit of rehab tucked in there somewhere. The course objectives. So like I said, we're going to be talking about fundamentals of sports management, the principles of an organization. What makes an organization an organization? What makes your organization different from someone else's? What unique niche do you have out there that make people want to come to you? Maybe it's your staff. Maybe it's your programs. So we're going to get into all that. We'll talk about applying those principles for effective administration and management. Maybe you're going to run a gym next week, 6 weeks from now. Maybe you already do. We can always learn how to get better. No one is perfect. I learn every day. So then we're going to start discussing and developing a plan for program evaluation. So you start a new program. How do you know it's effective? Is it drawing in new clients? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe what's happening is we're getting people healthier. So we're also going to try to identify legal aspects of managing and owning a business. We're going to discuss and apply knowledge from case studies. We're going to talk about situations. It would be a lot better if we were live, but we're going to do the best we can in the next coming weeks. The big key is we're going to develop a business plan. I want you to start thinking of what type of facility, organization, practice do you want to be involved with? What do you want to own? What do you want to develop? Start thinking about that because that's what you're going to build your business plan around. Maybe you want a health club like the one down the street. Doesn't matter. Well, how are you going to be different? Those are the things we're going to look into. So when we develop a business plan, we're going to talk about a written component and a PowerPoint component or a presentation. Depending on whether we're live or not, or if this whole system works and we can keep going, we may just present those live to everyone on this Blackboard. Hopefully we'll be back in class by the 4th week when those are due. The written aspect is a paper. I've given you an outline. It's all included on the Blackboard system. Grab the template, start filling out information each week. Don't wait till week 3 to start working on this project. You'll never make it up. I'm looking for good quality, good thoughtful ideas. You're not going to be perfect. It's not going to be the perfect business plan, but I want you to do the best you can. So as we look at the syllabus, what constitutes our grade? So the written and the PowerPoint are 40% of the grade, 20% each. The quizzes, we have 3 quizzes starting week 2, 3, and 4 on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock, as I said earlier. They're worth 10% each for a total of 30%. The final exam is 25%. And the post-test is always 5%. So that makes up your 100% grade. So like I said, on week 1, we're going to have a live class on Tuesday and Thursday. There is an asynchronous business plan video that goes over the PowerPoint for the business plan. What do you need to put in it? What are you looking for? So when you run that, I would probably go ahead and print off or have your template laid out ready to go so you can walk down the items. There is also a sports medicine or the business plan list of information and items and what's going to constitute your grade. Then there's a rubric for both the written and the PowerPoint. So when you do a business plan, you're looking to either talk to a banker about getting money. I may need $100,000 to open up this gym. I may need more. I'm going to finance $300,000 and put in my own money of $100,000. But what do I use for startup cash? So these are the things that we're going to think about as we build this fitness center. So the bigger you go, the more it's going to cost you. Those are the things I'm looking for. If it costs $100,000 here, a bigger one, 3 times bigger, guess what? I expect to see the financial need being even greater. So when you do a business plan, it may be that you're just trying to recruit people to work for you. This is your plan. I want people to know that I know what I'm talking about, so you put it on paper. That's what a business plan is all about. If I walked up to you on the street and said, hey, I want 50 grand from you, and we're going to just do this because it'd be really fun. No. Someone who's really in the business is going to say, let me see your business plan. So that's what the business plan is all about. So on week 1, we're going to have live classes beginning at 8 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday. I want you to download Socrative. It is a program that we're going to use for the quizzes. It randomizes the questions. I'll open it up at 8 o'clock and shut it down at 8:24. So you have 24 minutes to knock this out. Each quiz is going to be 20 questions. True and false, multiple choice, beginning week 2. Again on week 3 and week 4. So on Tuesdays, our live class won't start till 8:30, but you will have already taken your quiz. On Thursdays, we'll meet at 8 o'clock. So depending on where we are, we may be doing our presentations, which are due week 4. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll split you up. Have 2 of you go on Tuesday and the rest of you go on Thursday. We'll also take our final exam on Thursday, sometime after the live presentation on Blackboard, or if we're in class, we may do it right off the bat. Depends on where we are. So the grading rubrics are all in there. My email, my contact information is there for you. Feel free to contact me at any time. Like I said, I want this to be a great learning experience for you. Business is not often presented to people. I never had a business class. I had to learn by my mistakes. I grew. I was able to manage 7 home care agencies. One place, I managed a home care agency here in Fort Myers. I grew it, doubled it in size in 14 months. Took it from a $4.5 million operation with about 5 physical therapists total. Ended up 14 months later from a 4.5 to an $8.9 million operation with about 60 full-time staff. So it's that type of excitement. Those things are fun to me. I hope they're fun to you, or at least interesting to you. So as we move forward, you have my contact information. Do not hesitate to contact me, but please respect the timeframes that I need in order to get my schoolwork done. So good luck, and I'll see you guys hopefully live very soon. But if not, I'll see you each week as we move through this program. Have a great day, and thank you.